The quest for wildlife in the hills and scrubland around Pune is on. It's a never-ending search, and the journey is to be remembered, as the encounters with wildlife are limited. I enjoy the early morning stroll on the hilltops. Sometimes I get to see a bird or the herd of chinkaras on the run, but it is to be amidst nature what attracts me the most. The occasional sight of a mother chinkara with its fawn was indication of an incredible start. This is early in the winter where the grassland is still not completely dried up, and I am in search of some of the birds of prey, the eagles and mostly the owls. The grassland is vast, not all areas are protected, and the next wild encounter is always unpredictable. But my hopes were high. I traveled through hundreds of miles through open wilderness to come face to face with some of the elites of the grassland. The greater spotted eagle was roosting as it was too early for it to start its day. It sat patiently while I changed position to click from different angles. Small water bodies were hotspots for small birds like the avedavats and silverbills. Didn't mind when I approached on foot. They were busy preening and made the most of the warmth of the sun. First sight of the Eurasian eagle owl was fascinating. Their preferred habitat is an old stone quarry where they blend quite well with the stiff stone cliffs. Once spotted, I realized why we don't get to see owls in broad daylight. Even though it was right in front of me, it took me a while to see it. I could only spot it when it moved. Our next target was another elusive migratory owl. I had to cover miles on foot to search for this one. The short-eared owl is another master of camouflage and hides in tall grassy patches during daytime and are extremely difficult to spot. Walking for a couple of hours when I got extremely tired and was thinking of giving up, I accidentally stumbled upon a rocky patch where a couple of short-eared owls were sitting motionless. I spooked them unintentionally and luckily they landed just a few yards away. I approached cautiously and observed them from a safe distance. As the species prefers to perch on land, I got the opportunity to frame them at the eye level and managed to get a good background separation. Spent a good amount of time with this couple before I bid goodbye. They were still holding their ground as I left. A different day and a very different destination. This place is far from the grassland. This is the Sahyadris. Tourists visit these places in monsoon to enjoy the lush green landscapes and lovely waterfalls. But this is late winter and the scenario is very different. Streams and waterfalls have all dried up. But some local migrant birds arrives to these places at this time of the year for the abundance of food. Some beautiful flycatcher species is our target. Although insects and flies are plentiful, finding water seems to be challenging for these birds. I arrived at the destination where the host have set up a shallow pool inside the forest. The pool served as a sole source of water for the birds. When birders in some well-positioned hide gets to click some beautiful close-up shots of the birds. But this is a long waiting game. Although I had to wait in a very small hide for all day long, the show was spectacular. I won't talk much about it, just enjoy the show for a few minutes. It's almost a meditating experience. These are some stills I captured from the hide. The images with the bird reflections are my favorite.